Once upon a time, in a faraway kingdom, there lived a young prince named Felix. Felix was curious and adventurous, always seeking new experiences and knowledge. One day, while exploring the royal library, he discovered an ancient book that spoke of the Garden of Paradise, a place of eternal beauty and bliss, guarded by the east wind. Fascinated by the tales of the garden, Felix decided to find it. He set out on a journey, determined to uncover its secrets. He traveled through dense forests, climbed towering mountains, and crossed vast deserts, always guided by the stories he had read. After many arduous days, Felix reached the edge of the world, where he met the east wind. The east wind, a powerful and kind spirit, agreed to take Felix to the Garden of Paradise, but warned him of the dangers and temptations he might face. With a swirl of air, the east wind lifted Felix into the sky and carried him to the gates of the garden. There, Felix beheld a sight of unimaginable beauty. Flowers of every color, trees laden with fruit, and crystal-clear streams that sparkled in the sunlight. As Felix wandered through the garden, he felt a deep sense of peace and joy. However, he also remembered the east wind's warning. In the heart of the garden stood a magnificent palace, home to the queen of the garden. She was as beautiful as the garden itself, and she welcomed Felix with a warm smile. The queen offered Felix eternal happiness if he chose to stay, but she also revealed a secret: if he left the garden, he could never return. Felix was torn between the allure of paradise and his desire to share its wonders with his kingdom. After much contemplation, Felix decided to return home. He knew that the joy and beauty he had found in the Garden of Paradise were meant to be shared with others. With a heavy heart, he bade farewell to the queen and the garden. The east wind carried him back to his kingdom, where Felix shared the stories and lessons of the Garden of Paradise. He taught his people to find beauty and joy in their own lives, inspiring them to create their own paradise on earth. And so, Prince Felix lived a life of wisdom and fulfillment, always cherishing the memory of the Garden of Paradise. His journey taught him and his kingdom that true paradise lies within our hearts and the way we live each day. Dear listener, is the tale of the Garden of Paradise. May it remind you to seek beauty and joy in every moment, creating your own paradise wherever you go.